Good morning. Tell me, Kisasaurus, Ugandans, are you ready? Are you ready for more than once that you have seen, you have gone through? Are you ready for the earthquake, for the avalanche, for the attack, for the violence? Are you ready, Ugandans?
Oluka 2026 Kyagulanyi akatutemye n'agamba nti teri munnayuganda asaanye okulowooza ku kalulu ka 2026 tikubanga bakyalwanirira kano akaabanyagibwako aka 2021.
Before you ask 2026, we have 2021 here. We are in 2021. I went for the election and I won. The irrelevant question, we have a president to sort out. Are you even sure there will be an election? Are you even sure?
So you want to stand in 2026?
I am saying I won, okay? I am saying I won now. I am saying that we are held in capture.
Ugandans, are you ready? The question, two questions that I want to hear. One, I want an answer. One, I want this question again and again. Are you sure there will be 2026? Ugandans, are you ready? We have seen violence. We have seen brutality. We have seen Ugandans ripped apart for exercising their rights. But are you ready to go back to 2026, Ugandans? Today, I'm going to spell it for you. I've been going to Uganda so frequent, and I have observed what is on the ground, what is outside Uganda. And there hasn't been something to encourage me, to be honest to you. However, are you ready, Ugandans? Where are we heading, Ugandans? Are you ready to see the tear gas? Are you ready to see our rights being abused by foreigners? Are you ready to cry to international community who are going to come with the human rights reports every year and they report what happened? Are you ready, Ugandans? So I got my stuff. I've been writing this for 4 days, but as I was writing, I was laughing. So let us look on this. Number one, are you ready about social media? Many platforms, when you are in politics, you envisage what is your opponent is likely to do, and you preempting. This live may not be watched by familiar people who follow me, but there are people who go into my lives and watch them and share them among themselves, and that will not show here because there is a way they cut it and start supplying it as a video to themselves. So are you ready, Ugandans? I'm on social media. Number one, there is going to be attack on social media. Are you ready to see that social media is going to be disrupted? Are you ready that social media platforms are going to be closed down? Are you ready that social media platforms are going to be hacked? Are you ready to see the battle on social media? While you are talking on national issues, they bring in somebody full figure. They bring in Karakata. They bring in Wisdom Kaye. So far, Isma Olex has already infiltrated the NUP and has succeeded because whatever he's saying is right, but he ends up saying he's for NRM. And those videos are trending within NUP because that is what you like to hear. But we must move away from that. I said to you, those are sweeteners. Be careful with them. They will say whatever you want to hear. But they will end up saying they belong to NRM and they support Museveni. They can condemn the brutality. They are so clever because I'm going to talk about that part, psychological warfare. Are you ready? Some social media, they're going to be suspended. wawo video gye napostinze ng'erimu agabbi ani ne baŋŋamba ngi kyewuunyisa ate byabaddemu eby'Oluganda ne neewuunya naye are you ready? Platforms zigenda kubeera hacked. Internet is going to be slowed down. Are you ready for that? Number 2, power cut. There will be power cut off. It doesn't matter. Them, they come from the bush. They can operate into the darkness. Are you ready, Ugandans? Are you ready, Ugandans? Are you ready to see NUP members cross over to NRM? That is going to happen. And a few NRM cross to NUP. That is going to happen. You cannot stop it, you like it or not. Ugandans, are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? Are you ready to see people, they are crossing, coming to our side, and others going to other side? So social media, you have to see, you have to envisage and find out what can go into what your enemy, your opponent is going to do. Are you ready, Ugandans? About the media. The media is going to be subjective. They are not going to allow it to report objective. Are you ready for that? When you see it, they will report. You see they haven't touched the points you want to hear. They haven't explained. They are sugarcoating. Are you ready for that, Ugandans? Are you ready? Number 4, psychological warfare. You know, most of the things that in politics, it can be psychological warfare. There has been intimidation. People, they are traumatized. People, they are full of fear. Are you ready for the psychological warfare, which NRM is crying? Our president said they arrest, they abduct, so that they send message to other people as a deterrent that they never do it. But our president ended up saying, we shall continue, we shall press, we shall never give up. Are you ready for psychological warfare? They might come with the story winding you up, and then you go bananas. Are you ready for that? Psychological warfare is a big tool. Psychological warfare awareness is very important to know. NUP has got many radicals. Radicals, those are the people who want to hear only their side. They will never accept any other side. They don't see that when our president says he's going to offer immunity to Museveni, they don't accept that. When our president goes to Rubiri, they don't want to see that. When our president says Kuraije is his friend, they don't want to hear that. Radicals, they are there. They will always be there. There is no problem with that. But fortunately, our president is ready in the middle. Are you ready for physical battle? Are you ready? They are going to arrest people. Are you ready? They are going to see people being abducted, kidnapped, tortured, harassed. Are you ready for that physical battle? They're going to leave people who are like broken up. They're going to leave people with the broken ribs. They are going to leave people with the long-term disability. You saw what Numbers is going through. You saw what Zake is going through. Thank God they are feeling better now. Are you ready for that physical attack, fellow Ugandans? Number 7, are you ready for the cash splash? They are going to splash money everywhere. They give people money. That is why it is important to talk about bribe, corruption. Are you ready to see the bribes going on? You saw in the Observer, they are saying they are pinning Anita Mongi. She was asking 5 billion. So that story is so important. We need to follow that story through. Are you ready? They're going to splash money. Because Museveni said, Ugandans, they will do anything for money. That is what he says. Ugandans, even if it is death, they will go ahead. They don't stop. You can see here they splash money. Anita Mongi is splashing money already. Money has gone into saturation. They are not waiting for the time to do it there that you want. but they are doing it already. So they are in advance. They plan that in advance. So are you ready for that to see? And that is Museveni saying that Ugandans, anything to do with money, they will do anything. Are you ready for this? These are basic things that I want everybody to take on. Number is 8. Are you ready for the deployment? They're gonna deploy the army, the ISO, UPDF, SFC, crime preventer, Chibok squad. They're gonna deploy all these auxiliary units. Auxiliary units, I mean these other people, unlawful, they create crime preventers, Chibok squad, border 10, those are called auxiliary. Are you ready for that? Because already they are preparing to beat people. Already they are preparing wielding stick. Already they are. So are you ready to see those? Already we have people coming in the studio with a pistol. They already intimidating. Are you ready to see that? Are you ready? Are you ready to hear such these what international statement that they make you feel comfortable, they calm you down, but they don't get any further? Are you ready? They are preparing wielding sticks. They are preparing to beat NUP people, and there is no secret. But are you ready, Ugandans? I'm gonna answer that for myself. So are you ready to see the deployment as big as it can be? Because what you have to know, people, they want people to make a star in the parliament. Let me tell you something. Politics sometimes in numbers matters a lot. Museveni NRM government has capacity to handle small groups like the parliament 57. They will handle them, they will arrest them, and then it will die down. No one will care. Human rights will put it in the report, annual report. That's it as far as it will go. But Ugandans, are you ready to go through more of the same? Are you ready? We're gonna have, are you ready? Then we have got the temperatures, emotional side. Are you ready? You're gonna be tested. NUP members, most of them emotions are running very high. Are you ready? You're going to be tested. Are you going to make quick statement? Are you going to rush? Are you going to be Russian? Are you going to jump? Are you going to insult people? Are you going to be complaining? Are you going to be mourning all the time? What is your mental state? Can you stay calm? We saw our president went to Rubiri. You can see the body language wasn't the first prior to election. The body language was totally different, but he was staying within himself and very calm. Are you ready, Ugandans, to go through that? That what is happening is not going to change. Are you ready? When we talk about appointment, Biabakama is going to be there. Are you ready, Ugandans? It is very, very worth it to know this, because you have to ask yourself that, are you ready? You have to ask yourself, are you ready? So my solution to you, I want to give it to you. It's going to be brief, but as I'm going to give it to you, I want to play you a video from our president. As soon as you know that, we are going to get the answer. Ugandans, there is no time. This is a video from our president.
Era tubategeeza mikwano gyange mwenna bwe tubayitanga muveeyo tubanje abaana bammwe tubanje babba bammwe tubanje bazzukulu bammwe musitukirangamu. Amiina. Ekyo mukisobola, ekyo tusobola okikola. Kubanga ebyafaayo byonna bitulaga nti bannakyemalira bawulira maanyi g'abantu.
Wekiri.
Olw'ensonga ebyo tubakoowolanga temulwangayo.
Bannakyemalira bawulira maanyi g'abantu. Ekyo mukisobola. N'olwekyo bwe tubayitanga mujjanga kankaddemu
nakyo tujja kiza eri mu bantu era tubategeeza mikwano gyange mwenna bwe tubayitanga muveeyo tubanje abaana bammwe tubanje babba bammwe tubanje bazzukulu bammwe musitukirangamu.
Amiina.
Ekyo mukisobola, ekyo tusobola okikola kubanga ebyafaayo byonna bitulaga nti bannakyemalira bawulira maanyi g'abantu.
Wekiri.
Olw'ensonga ebyo tubakoowoolanga temulwangayo.
Maanyi g'abantu.
kibi nti bannayuganda mukubanya engalo musosoleza but you don't want to take action. President agambye bwe tubayitanga mujja and I'm calling you today. Don't wait for all these things I have mentioned. They will turn off the internet, the communication will go down, mobile money will be disrupted, all the movements will be contained, our leaders will be under house arrest, the intimidation, they will deploy the UPDF, they will splash money to anybody. If you don't accept it physically, they will give you abduction, will go ahead. So you need to learn, Ugandans. I want to make this video. We will stand there for a long time. We need to teach ourselves. When sometimes you tell people, we have got so many Ugandans, they come out and say, I've got this experience, I've got this skill, can I help you? And it's being turned down. So many Ugandans, they have approached Kamosha, diaspora, whatever, that they have got something to offer and they haven't been listened to. But there must be a reason why that has happened. But however, for me, I see examples in countries like United Kingdom. They rely too much on the basics. They rely too much on everybody, involving everybody, taking on people advice, taking on people what they say. So let us learn something. Honorable Basale was said when the leader of opposition launched the legislative at the end that Ugandans, they don't want to read, they don't want to study. And that is a fact. So let me tell you something. Let us learn. Let us begin to learn who you are, but let us put it aside. Let us get into the mind that we are going to be volunteers, we are going to be led, we are going to be taught, because if we don't, we are losing and the country is going, and the M7 NRM will stay in power, Muhoozi will come. Look at the what? Are you ready to see Muhoozi's project? Are you ready to see Muhoozi become a president? A person who was not born in Uganda is against our constitution, Article 102A. Are you ready to see another M7? I remember we were on Zoom and our president said it is going to be painful and very hard to take if M7 goes to be sworn in after 2021. And it has been. Our people, MPs in prison, 34, Chitalia, 70, Ruzira, 2, Chigo, many missing. Damulira has not been accounted for. Chibalama, Rita Nabukenya, Segrinya rotting in jail, and they are sick. So it is worse and worse. The prices for commodities has gone up. School fees are harder for parents. Medication is not there. Job employment is not there. Ugandans are exported as slaves in the United Arab Emirates, and every day they die. We've got so many stuck in the prisons, and the housing is poor. Buildings, they are falling over. People, they die every day. And then transportation, you get stuck from Busega to Nsanji for 3 hours. The roads are narrow. Kampala is full of potholes. So for that, I'm asking every NUP, forget about your qualification, forget about your credentials, we must get into the habit of learning. I want to give you this example. Our president visited Ukraine. That journey nze njiyita ey'okusaka. Yagenda n'asaka. Naye waliwo something we need to learn so quickly. Fortunately, Yagambi Kulaije is his friend. So we need sometimes to have friends in NRM. NRM camp who can help us, who can tell us, who can tip us. So our president went to Ukraine and they had other programs behind that. However, when I look at this, there is something I want to teach you. You see these photos. We have got one on the bottom left. We have got tank there. Those tank, when you see now in the news in UK, that Ukraine, they were brought to UK to learn how to use British tank. For now, let us start studying. Let us start teaching ourselves that if you want to take out Museveni, ajja kuwulira maanyi g'abantu. Power from the people, but people must be organized. People must be inventive. People must be dynamic. People, we have to be knowledgeable. People, we need to be skills. So who is going to give us a tank if we don't know how to operate this? I'm using this so that we can learn something. So for now, let us find people that, okay, who can teach us how to use a tank. It's not about one people who can drive it, but we need people to teach us how they open the door of the tank. We need technicians, we need drivers, we need people who can operate, who can repair. We need people, we need to learn. It's not a matter of that, okay, they've given us a tank, we're going to drive it. No, you need to know. We need to know the technicalities. How much fuel does it have? How much time can it run? How fast can it run? What can bring it down? How many blades it can get up? We need to teach ourselves. This is the time. This is the time to teach ourselves. Ugandans, we are talking too much. It's time to teach ourselves. It's time to get into the habit of learning, because we are up against a dictator. We are non-violent. We don't have money. And these are the ways we can learn, that we can teach ourselves the basics. Because now, if America wants to help us and arm us, where are we going to start? This is the time NUP should be recruiting. Abazwanako should be recruiting. We have got people who are General Colonel. We have got people who are Major. We have got people who are in UPDF. We have got people parachuters in diaspora. We have got people cadets in diaspora. They are good enough, but we need to know. We need to have discipline. What do you do in the morning? Where do you start? You dress up your uniform. We need to respect leaders, that we are going to have leaders. It's not because you are good. I say this because people, you are being caught up. When you are on live, you see numbers. That number is not going to fight Museveni. That is why I'm saying we go back to rural areas. That number will never fight a dictator. That number is there watching and you get entertained. That number is there that people, they just like to hear things that they like. But we have to know how to swallow a pill. Are you ready, Ugandans? Amanyi G'abantu can take out a dictator, but we need a plan and a strategy. You can tell me you don't want to hear those words. Whichever way you want to do it, we need plan and a strategy. How are we going to start this? How are we going to have wielding sticks? Because they are beating us. They are using anything. They are using arms. They are using auxiliary units. These people wearing normal clothes, they just come behind you and they just sweep you off your floor and put you on the pickup. We have got all those. We need to counter all this. But however, we need to teach ourselves. This is why you see whoever joins the NRM, they send them to Chiankwanzi, they do. So we need ourselves to teach ourselves. But we need so much to learn. We need so much to do. We need so much to do in time before 2026. Because you don't want to go to 2026. And I don't want to go to 2026.
Because Kyagulanyi akatutemye n'agamba nti teri munnayuganda asaanye okulowooza ku kalulu ka 2026 kubanga bakyalwanirira kano akaabanyagibwako aka 2021.
2026.
Before you ask 2026, we have 2021 here. We are in 2021. I went for the election and I won. The irrelevant question. We have a president to sort out. Are you even sure there will be an election? Are you even sure?
So you want to stand in 2026?
I am saying I won. Okay? I am saying I won now. I am saying
2026. Are we ready? That is a good question. Another question is what next? What next is learning the basics, learning what to do. We cannot sit there and say we don't have guns. We can teach ourselves. Those people holding guns, they are like human beings like us. It's only one element, is the flexibility to learn, is to see what is ahead of us. If we don't do that, we are going to be overrun and it's going to be worse than before. Fellow Ugandans, are you ready? Are you ready? We saw violence I don't want to see. We saw election campaign. We saw the tear gas. What we have to know that NRM has found a way that they can neutralize us because we tend to go in the same group and then they will set up like 500 people and they will overpower us. But maybe we need to divide ourselves. Let us have like 100 groups and we see how they are going to round us. We run down their resources. Fellow Ugandans, Mbaise, Mbagamba, are you ready for the deployment? Are you ready? Social media is going to be cut. Are you ready to hear the media subjective? Are you ready? The deployment is going to be. Are you ready to see money flashed around? Are you ready to go through another Mohos? I don't know if Pinina remembers this. I keep videos. I keep people who post that they don't want Mohos to be the president or to come. But please mind your words. So Nina, are you
kati
ready?
Museveni is gone.
What is Nina has got
Kati
in
bayingiziza
store when she
omulala.
says
They
this?
will do everything as much as they can. But this is the time for Ugandans to get a change, to get a new president, to get our country back. Bring it on. Kati tuvuddeyo Luwero tulirudawa tuli ku social media bana Uganda. Era tetugenda kutya. Tetugenda kutya Ugandans temugwa manyi and do not panic. Kati Museveni tumukubye ali kini ya ulizi. Nze tewache netagisa kungamba nti Museveni is still a president of Uganda.
Nina, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready or you were talking? Can't put them. I want to remind you.
Museveni tumukubye kati Museveni is gone. Kati bayingiziza omulala. They will do everything as much as they can. But this is the time for Ugandans to get a change, to get a new president, to get our country back. Bring it on. Kati tuvuddeyo Luwero tulirudawa tuli ku social media bana Uganda. Era tetugenda kutya. Tetugenda kutya Ugandans temugwa manyi and do not panic. Kati Museveni tumukubye ali kini ya ulizi. Nze tewache netagisa kungamba nti Museveni is still a president of Uganda.
Oli mulungi bambi okola bulungi nnyo ku social media. Well done. I know you meant it. So we need to be. Are you ready?
Kasitoba okuna ntuuse. I hope buli muntu yenna waali ali bulungi mulamu. Yes, tugenda kwogera ku nsonga ezimu ezigenda mu maaso mu ggwanga mu nsi yaffe. Tujja kuyita ku bimu ebibaddewo abasoma amawulire abapayinga attention. Waliwo n'ekyamaanyi ekiriwo era buli muntu yenna waali buli muntu yenna waali tega amatuugo owulirize kino kikwatako nnyo. Oyinza okuba perhaps nga tebikwatako olwokuba wazimba ennyumba yo, olina bizinesi yo, naye buli kimu mu nsi yaffe kitambula ku kibayita politics. Abazadde bonna abali mu kuzza abaana mu masomero under very enormous pressure, mukola kyamaanyi nnyo okuba nti mutwala abaana bammwe mu bugubi, mu bwavu obungi ennyo. abaana baffe ne bamala okusoma abaana bamwe ne bamala okusoma nga tewali mirimu ensi weeri eri mu disarray era ensi gwatakimanyi nti yawambibwa ng'okyalinamu any sort of illusion ndowooza kati leero oba ebigenda mu maaso bikulaga lwatu nti ensi yawambibwa. Akati tugenda kwogera ku nsonga 3. Ensonga esooka kye tugenda okwogerako ensonga esingira ddala obukulu y'ensonga ya ssemateeka gye bayita constitution egenda kukyuka era again. Amawulire gafulumye ne gakonfirming ebyo bye tubadde twogera buli kanaku. Ekifulumye leero tekinkyusa ng'omuntu oba kaŋŋambe nti tekinshocking, it doesn't shock me.
Mindset, are you ready? Are you ready, mindset? You know this was coming. Are you ready? Is everybody ready to stop this small horse project, to stop Museveni again, to stop NRM? Are you ready? I end up with my plea with this video again.
Nakyo tujja kizeri mu bantu era tubategeeza mikwano gyange mwenna bwe tubayitanga muveeyo tubanje abaana bammwe tubanje babba bammwe tubanje bazzukulu bammwe musitukirangamu.
Amiina.
Ekyo mukisobola, ekyo tusobola okikola kubanga ebyafaayo byonna bitulaga nti bannakyemalira bawulira maanyi g'abantu.
Wekiri
olw'ensonga eyo bwe tubakowoolanga temulwangayo.
maanyi g'abantu.
Kyekyo, that is a fact. Kati bannayuganda mbakowoola. People who are making excuses saying leader of opposition, they have made him a problem for every he's the first leader of opposition I've ever had that people they put on the spot. Every problem now they face it towards Mpuga, poor man. However, that is what politics is about. He's got to take it, he's got to change, he's got to do something. But however, let us come all in numbers. Mpuga aganokola kyakola. We win. Let us come in numbers and MPs, they sit in parliament, do nothing. We win. Amani is not in the parliament in Uganda under dictatorship. However, it's with the people. Amani, President Agambi, bannakyemalira batya amaanyi g'abantu. Tutegeke. Let us plan. Let us go to the basics, plan and strategy. Let us be willing to learn. Let us teach ourselves. Let us organize. Organization is a big word. In politics, in everyday life, organization. Even if you go for interview, they ask you what skills have you got. You say organization. They ask you to explain what about organization. If we are not organized, we are not going to take out a dictator. We need coordinated system. We need to be working together, but we need to be organized. And we speak with one language. So that is it is. Ugandans, are you ready? I'm not ready to go through all that I've listed down. I'm not ready, but I am ready to join other people who are going to take on Kunga. I'm not ready to go through the deployment, the abduction, the tear gas, the splash of money, the media being compromised, the confusion, the EC announcing wrong people. I'm not ready to go through that. So Ugandans, are you ready? If you are ready, come out and we learn ourselves, we teach ourselves the basics, and we start from there. You will be surprised. Museveni is scared for people to uprise. And that is exactly what we should be planning. Whether in darkness, whether behind the scene, but it is what we have to do. Are you ready? Salute, people power, our power, NUP everywhere, any. This week we have got prisoners. No. Prisoners mbagala nnyo, abalwadde mbagala nnyo, buli muntu yenna mwagala nnyo. Salute.